know if this is my favorite look I did with the palette, but it's definitely working for me. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So today I am doing 3 looks, 1 palette with the Ace Beaute Tropical Vibes palette. This is described by Ace Beaute as the one-stop shop when it comes to your green eyeshadows. It is the green eyeshadow palette that you need, and you don't need any other green eyeshadow palettes. So before I get carried away, let me go ahead and introduce myself. If you are new to this channel, welcome, and if you're an oldie but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy. I love makeup. That's why you get Dr. Ash and her makeup, and eyeshadow really is my jam. It's one of my favorite things to showcase on my channel. But please just call me Ash or Ashley. So like I just mentioned before, we are doing 3 looks, 1 palette with the Ace Beaute Tropical Vibes palette. So I really wasn't going to purchase this palette. I really wasn't. I saw it, I was like, that's beautiful, but I was going to pass right on by. And then I was like, oh, maybe I want it. And Monique Jones, a part of our community, she was like, you're really killing me. How are you not going to get it? And I was just like, but. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll pick it up. So it actually launched about 2 weeks ago, and I decided to go ahead and grab it. There are plenty of discount codes floating out there, and the palette retails for $38.99. Currently, the palette is out of stock. I'm sorry. But there is a waiting list on the Ace Beaute website. So, like I mentioned before, the palette does retail for $38.99. You have this beautiful print on the front, kind of true and standard to Ace Beaute. And then once you open up the palette, you do have a good size mirror right here. And you have these beautiful shades. You do have a wide variety of mattes and only 3 shimmer shades. So I think that's pretty much in fashion with Ace Beaute. Now, they are saying that this is a new formula. They have reformulated quite a few times, but they are saying this is the formula of formulas, and I believe they are doing all of their palettes in this particular formula. So let's go ahead, let's jump in. The palette is actually cruelty-free. They do recommend that if you're going to use the shimmers, that you go ahead and use some type of setting spray, and they do recommend using firmer brushes. But like I said, I have 3 looks. Of course, we're going to talk about some of my thoughts about the looks in between, and we're going to wrap up with some final thoughts. Let's go ahead and get started. So I just got my eyebrows done, literally, and they were filled in using the Goof Proof pencil by Benefit. I'm not exactly sure what color because the girl who does them, she filled them in. And then of course I have on my Urban Decay primer potion in the shade Caffeine. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, I am back, and here are the first two looks. Let me tell you what had happened, right? So I'm filming this look. I wrap up this eye. So if it cuts off weird, it's because, you know, the memory card, it was full. Okay, but I had finished this eye, right? Get ready to move on to this one. Do the whole eye, except for the lash and everything, and realize I was not recording. Yeah. So I redid it again. I love these two looks. Stunning. Okay, Ace Beaute, from what I've tried so far, okay, mattes come through. I'm glad because, you know, you guys have always been known for putting more mattes in your palettes than shimmers. So the mattes need to be chef's kiss. And these are, I mean, they are layering well. The pigmentation, like this shade right here, khaki, it's gorgeous. And this over here, Safari, laid right on top of it so well. Didn't have a problem with any of the shades I used here, like Cave and the shade Jungle. Put a little Mango in the inner crease. Now the shimmers are beautifully foiled. You're going to have to use a finger because even my trusty dusty Refer 21 could not save the day. Okay, the shimmers are so metallic, but it does not appear that way unless you use your finger. Okay, it's one of those situations when you swatch it on your arm and then when you get ready to go put it on your eye, you're like, well, what's happening here? This shade is trash because the brush doesn't pick it up, but you're going to have to use your finger. So if you're not really a fan of that, that does kind of suck, but it is what it is, to be honest. So after I laid the shade down, I went ahead with my Refer P21 and went ahead and just kind of, you know, cleaned up the edges and everything. Now, I would say that I do enjoy the consistency of National Park so much better. This is National Park down here versus Rainforest. I think Rainforest is very beautiful. Ooh, I just started coughing like unexpectedly. Okay, now Rainforest is great, but Rainforest, unfortunately, it's a little bit more glittery. It takes a bit to pack it on the eye. This time, when I went ahead and did the look again when I was actually recording, I went ahead and used the intensifiers that really helped in laying that down. You're going to need probably a glitter glue to really get the most out of that shade. And it has a lot of glitter particles in it. So when I had to wipe that eye off, I mean, I had glitter all over the face versus like I just filmed the Danessa Myricks Lightwork 3 palette and there is a pressed glitter in there and that was not messy at all versus this shade. I had it literally everywhere. But overall, like the mattes, these tones, I am dying. I am living for it. Both eyes. This eye was not impressing me that much, but now it's giving what it needs. Okay, now my whole face is actually giving what I need. I'm very much here for it. I went in with my trusty Gucci bronzer right here. Look at the pan. Look at the pan. Topped it off with a little Paradise Venus by McGrath. Yes, very, very pretty. There you can see it better. And then I went in with an old school. This is the Juvia's Place Heroine Glow. I think this is, okay, I think this is 2. It's the golden one out of the rose gold. So this is it right here. And then, oh my gosh, loving it. And I definitely want to mention it because I saw Karen Harris use this and I don't know, I liked it. I was like, oh, it's kind of like a baby poop brown, but it's looking bomb. I love it. So this is number 53, Cedarwood by the Sephora collection. And you know, during the sale, the Sephora collection is 30% off. Yes. And went in with my lip liner in the shade Control. And it's spelled CTRL. So it's by Colourpop. I was able to get this in a bundle with all the brown lip liners and all the red lip liners when I had to buy one, get one free. So those are the face details. Oh, and I wore my Rare Beauty foundation with the concealer. So since I'm mentioning all my face details, I think these looks came out so great. So let's go ahead and jump into one more look.
This might be right. Either you feel it or you don't. Might give it a try, yeah. Our bodies collide. Baby, you're everything I want. Let's give it some time, yeah. Somebody told me I should hit and run, but they don't know, they don't know, they don't know. Nobody knows but us how we roll, how we roll. Nobody knows what we got but us, but us. Let them keep talking, let them believe that they know, 'cause they don't, no they don't, no they don't. Let them believe that they know, 'cause they don't, no they don't, no they don't. I feel so alive. When I'm with you, I'm on flight mode. You move me inside, yeah. Then we get disturbed. So many people let me know I should bounce from your world, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Somebody told me I should hit and run.
All right, I am back, and here is the third and final look, and it's giving all the tropical vibes. So these shades blended so well. I went ahead and used the shade Chartreuse, which is really beautiful. I popped a little mango. Unfortunately, mango with the Chartreuse, it wasn't really a difference, but you know, it's a beautiful shade nonetheless. And then went in with a little Paul Wand. And then, of course, topped it off with the shimmer Seychelles. And it's really, really pretty. Like these particular aquamarine colors really brings the tropics vibe to the palette, I feel. Overall, I feel like the palette is really, really gorgeous. And the formula, oh my goodness, the new formula is so new and approved. These mattes are wonderful. I can see myself just dipping in for these mattes and just pairing it with other shadows, maybe pairing it with some other duochromes. I do think that the shimmers in here are nice. However, like I said, this one definitely want to benefit from maybe some type of glitter glue, maybe the Intensifies by Pat McGrath Labs. The Seychelles shade, I can't rather say like if it needs one or not. I definitely think the Intensifies helped it. It doesn't seem as metallic, although I didn't wet it. But I use the Intensifies. It doesn't seem as metallic as when I went ahead and just swatched it on my arm. But I feel like for me, my favorite shimmer in the palette would definitely be this shade National Park. Overall, I feel like the palette is very cohesive. I like that it has the khaki shade. I like that it has the safari shade, just to break up some of the monotony of the greens. Now, if I was just to probably look at it, I would think that maybe olive, which is right here, and the shade Jungle could probably read very similar on the eyes. I didn't use all of the shades, but what I did like about the mattes is that you had the layering potential. That is so important when we're talking about a palette like this and it has all these particular matte shades in it. They need to be able to layer, you need to be able to blend it out, and you need to be able to create a look without it getting muddy on you. Like that is just a no-go when you have this many mattes in here. Now, the Ace Beaute formula, from what I remember, I did have the Flare palette, and I have a video on the Flare. I have the Oceanic palette. Let me pull that out real quick. All right, so I pulled out Flare. I forgot I even still have Flare palette. So this is what the Flare palette looks like. So there are some similar colors in here, but the mattes in here were good, but they were not like, oh my goodness, you know. And I do actually have, I think I still have one of the purple palettes from the Paradise collection. This one right here is the Oceanic palette. Beautiful color story, really pretty. This has actually been reformulated. So I didn't have any problem with this particular palette. However, I feel that these mattes are very good. So as you can see, it's not really a whole lot of crossover between Oceanic and Tropical Vibes. Let me try to get both of them. All right, here we go. I'm trying to hold them flush. Jesus. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, you know, this is definitely more grungy, leaning more green, a little bit more golden-y, olivey. This one is definitely deep, dark, kind of mysterious, little pops of, you know, brighter greens. But Overall, I would say that the tones in here are just really, really stunning. And I think they look really great on my complexion. But you know, I'm really partial to greens. So if green is maybe not your favorite color, this might not be the choice for you. Although I feel like if green wasn't your favorite color, there are a lot of options in here that could break you into green that are not so scary. These shades right here, maybe not this one, but right in here, safari, khaki, you know, so it just depends on how you lay them on the eyes. Top them off with a golden shimmer. You know, it can make it look less intimidating. But I think that they overall did a really, really great job on this palette. So I'll have to continue to do some updates. I really like the packaging. I did notice that overall the packaging was a lot thicker on this particular palette than the other ones. This is Oceanic and then this is the Tropical. So I'm not sure what that is about, but it does feel substantial. It feels the same. I like how it's gold. I like how it has the green. It's just giving that tropics vibe. And I like the take that they did on tropics. Like, it doesn't always have to be like bright yellows, pinks, all those type of things. So I really do like it. So let me know down below, what was your favorite look? It's so hard for me to decide. I really like this one, but I think my favorite look was the look that I was the most nervous about, which was eye number 2, which was the eye over here from the first set of looks. So I really like this look as well, but it was something about that. It was giving me something, even though the blue is, or the aquamarine, the turquoise with this lime green. It's really working for me. But let me know down below in the comments, did you pick this up? Are you going to wait for it to restock? Is this going to be on your list? Let me know. Give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be very, very soon. And subscribe to my channel because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And with all of that being said, you already know what time it is. It is time for the chair dance. Chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. Chair dance. Cherries. Cherries. All right, y'all. Bye.